Hey everybody, today we're going to do a flip out card, and it is over the variation of Silent Night. And as you can see right here, it even has a Bible verse, the greatest gift of all, Matthew 1:21. So I am doing this with Paper Craft Socials kit. I am Christi with Christi E Creations, and let's jump into this. So I'm trying a whole new ribbon on this. I bought this ribbon, I love it. Except I didn't realize one major catch when I bought it. It has wire. So we're going to see if it works or not. It can be a fail or it can be a good thing. So you're going to want to start with cutting everything out. Please leave tabs on. I don't know why I keep trying to call them tags. But the first pieces we are going to want are the two with the Christmas tree on them. And then that's where we're going to start with. I'm trying to make sure I keep my screen pretty clean. I have a couple of nicks I need to come back and do after I fold. But I personally have found those easier to do after you fold them than trying to cut it as you were just doing straight out. So we have a couple of folds here. And I'm looking for my normal go-to pointer. We have a fold we're going to do right here on the blue to the brown to the cream, and then this brown line right here. I'm going to start with this one here so I can see how far that goes. I'm actually going to fold this one here because I need to see where it goes. Yep, that's what I thought. Even though I'm going to pre-fold everything, when we glue, this will go over some of that lip. So we want to pay special attention to what we use there. So, I may not got that fold right, but when it has a little bit more support, and I may actually need to fold a little bit more. I hate when I area crease and I realize I did not fold quite where I needed to. That's okay. I can fix that easy enough. We'll see. We'll see. Let's fold the blue piece next. I may refold that one again when I get ready to glue. Okay, blue is folded. And let's do this around right here. And sometimes it's hard to line up properly, especially when you know you need to leave a small seam there, and it's brown on brown. That's as close as we're going to get it. Even though I had it lined up, it just went off on me on that one. Let me repinch it. Okay, and then this is now over folded. Gotta love trial and error. We will do better, I promise, on the next one. So we're just gonna fold that right there. Then I'm gonna run my fingers and press again. And this time, that is the fold we're gonna be working with. So we are gluing this. And I'm gonna use tape runner and my glue stick right now. In the seam, I'm gonna go straight down. I'm gonna start on the seams. The only thing that's not going to have any blue tape is going to be this blue piece here. I will use a glue stick as well. I like coating my edges better. And for me, that is my go-to is the double-sided tape. Either double-sided tape or my tape runner, which is what I am using. Now I'm running the glue stick in. To make sure we have it all as good as we can. Now we're going to do that fold again. Now we're going to press it on down. Now I'm going to double check to make sure I did not go over on the blue fold. If I did, I'll have to fix that a little. Looks like I may have a little bit, but I'm going to have to live with it because it's already folded. Now, normally I would not go ahead and refold, I want to make sure that tape is going to hold. So we have one side folded. Let's do this properly and a lot more simply on this one here. We're going to start by folding the blue. That is going to be the simplest fold we can do right this second. Now we're going to fold this one line here, and this one actually has a little white space to help us find our fold, which makes it a little bit easier on us. So I'm estimating that as our fold. Now we're going to take and fold to the white flap again, and this time I'm creasing it only once instead of 500 times like I should have done the first time given. So now we have that one ready to go to glue. That, once I use my brain, I guess it's too early at the time of the day I'm filming to use my brain. Let's get it. There. Now I'll do the rest of this again with my glue stick. Okay, now we're going to fold this over. If you are wondering, I am working on a silicone mat. That's why I don't mind if I go over on the edging, because it's actually needing a cleaning. It's been needing a cleaning for a while if you listen to my videos. Okay, this one is done, and we're going to do the exact same test. So we're going to fold like so, and you can use that if you want to. Now, there's a little piece here and here I need to come back and do at some point. I'm not going to rush and do those right this second. I'm going to go ahead and work with y'all. But actually, you know what? Now that I said that, I need to show y'all what I'm talking about doing. So let me get not my big scissors that just fell out, my nitpicky fussy cut scissors that are very sharp. And we're just going to curve that little white off. And I get to go find it later. Okay, and then there's a little spot here that needs curving. That's easier said than done to me. Okay, that's what we're going to do. I mean, I love rounded corners, but sometimes just leaving them straight makes cutting easier. Got that one done. I just nearly threw that in my drink instead of my trash can. That would not have been great. Let's do this one. I apologize, I probably am going off screen on y'all. I don't like cutting, so I normally don't do that on screen in the first place. And if you're wondering, I am left-handed. Sometimes it shows in the video and sometimes it doesn't. Now, something I like about my very sharp, pointy scissors here is not only do they lock, they also have a cap to keep you safe. Alrighty. So, before we move on to the next part, we have this piece here. We're gonna go ahead and fold the flap and then fold this in half. Actually, I think I don't even need to fold the flap to fold it in half. Let me double check. No, you don't have to fold the flap yet. You just need to fold it in half to glue. And again, I'm going to use a combination of my tape runner and my double-sided tape, and we're going to do this on both of these design pages. Let me try to slide this out so I can get this up a little more. There's one, and we have one more to do real quick, and then we'll start our assembly process. So I know the one I go biggest for on making things and sending gifts and things for is Christmas. So yes, this is very early in the season. But if you're like me and have like 500 things you're doing at once, sometimes already have plans of what you want to make is a good thing to have. And this year, I was thinking I was going to post to my friends only. So please know this is not going to be a whole worldwide thing. And say, anyone want to do a card exchange with me? And just actually get cards from other people. I feel we have gone so much into technology that we use email so much, we forget the joy of receiving something in the mail. And I'm thinking this coming season, I might want to bring that back to my friends. We will see if I get there. So we have this beautiful piece here. This is our inside piece. This is our outside piece. Now, first off, before we go any farther, you don't want this piece. I understand. You can go buy any scrapbook paper and cut out your shape you need. That's all you have to do to replace this. But I am using this because this is part of me and my stuff. So we're going to take this and we're going to take the correct side, and we're also going to make sure we do the tree correctly and just glue it, the tab, down so it goes across. I will be honest, all I'm going to use is my tape runner for this one. Because we will cover the back in a little while. Yeah, it looks good. Hopefully I got it lined up pretty good. Okay, we have half of it done on that, making the cover part of it out. Now we're going to add the other side. This side right here, we're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to add my tape runner, and then we have a cute scene out front. But this is not where we're going to stop. I can promise you this now. This is just the building blocks. So let me put my tape runner on this one. You can use double-sided tape, you can use liquid tape, you can use just your glue stick. It's all up to you. But I know y'all don't want me to use just a glue stick and you'll have to wait forever, or liquid glue, for it to dry. I'm going to turn sideways on y'all so I can see what I'm doing right this second. I'm lining it up to where I want it and then pressing down. Now I did not ink this one. I really want to see if I can find some gold ink to do edging on this, but I'm not going to go resource hunt right this moment. So now we have our two lovely flaps here. I'm going to glue one. I'm going to fold the tabs in a second and then I'm going to glue them on top and bottom. So since I want that seam on the inside when you flip out, I'm folding the tab where the white will be what I glue down. That is my personal choice. You can fold the tab whichever way you want it to. But I didn't fold the tabs till I knew how I wanted to do it. So I'm going to do a tape runner again. And I'm just going to line this up to the best of my ability. And then glue it down. I'm going to start at the bottom. And then I will do the top. Now, on this one, I went over a little on my tape runner, but that's okay. It's easy to clean that up, unlike using some of the other options where they're not quite as easy just to clean up. That is another reason tape runner is something I like using over other things. So that will flop down like that. As you can see, we're now building a layered card. Let's do the front. I'm going to have it upside down on y'all as I work. All right, we're going to line this one up. Press down, fold, and we're going to go with it. It may not be perfect, but there we go. Now we have pretty much our structure, but our back looks horrible. So if you're putting this in a scrapbook, jerk journal, or anything else, you can glue it just like this right now. Snap it down and use this for something else. But as a card, you do not want to show. So literally this is designed to go across the back just like so. So I'm going to tape run the edges and glue stick the middle. If you use double-sided tape, you just do the edges of the double-sided tape with glue stick in the middle. I just learned my preference, and I use my double-sided tape is my tape runner. But if you're making a ton of these, buying 9 double-sided tapes in the small variation versus this, I can understand. Sorry, I'm over here waving off a fly. All right, now let's do the best we can on getting this down. Of course, the fly loves me, because hilariously enough, I am actually allergic to fly bites. Nothing major, except where y'all normally get a small little bump, I will literally have a big, round, itchy bump. And it is a very, very annoying thing. So, I'm just going to keep waving off the fly, so if I'm doing that on the screen, I do apologize. I have not lost my mind completely. Okay, now you're wondering what we're going to do with these ribbons. So, you have an option here. You're going to, ow, I think it may have bit me on that one. We'll see here in a minute. Make a bow or not to make a bow. That is really up to you. I am going to add the bow because once we add the bow before we add the bow, I'm going to make the pieces that are going to cover up where the string goes in. Now, I'm trying to find something on my table. This is not something I normally would do. In fact, I don't like doing this at all. So if you want to cut your Velcros to pieces in half, leave the plastic on them when you cut, because supposedly that keeps the glue off your scissors. But these are a pain in the ass to cut, so if you can find smaller Velcro, go for it. I did get a little glue on my scissors. I have some special stuff to clean it off with. There are glue erasers. There's so many things out there you can use. So I'm just using the one that I have that I've learned that you can actually have in California. And one day I'll be doing a video where I actually talk about all the different things I use and products I like and so forth. So let's fold this front down first. This I can see you using some diamond dust. If you're a glitter fan, glitter on all of this stuff. If you know how to do foil, which I am planning on trying to teaching myself, so that may be coming in the future. And other things I'm trying to learn to expand my knowledge and teach with y'all. Because we all have to learn somewhere, including me. So I'm just going to run my tape across instead of doing a small thing of double-sided tape or anything like that, and fold this on across. I may have to refold a little. All right, that's halfway done. Now you fold the top half down. Now you can see why I said I only wanted a half thing of Velcro. Which is was not the funnest thing to cut. I probably could got away with the full thing of Velcro, but I felt it might be too much. And there we go. Then we pull the half stick back up, and you have a little pocket here. Now, let's do the other one real quick. I'm going to fold the tabs first this time before I fold over across and see if that does anything different. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to make sure this doesn't go all the way across it. And fold that down. Now I'll run my tape. Maybe run my tape if I press right. And fold it. So these pieces that we're working on right now are literally what is going to be covering up the ribbon. Now you did not need to cut half of your Velcro really for this. It would have took up the whole area. But I went ahead and did it, so there we go. And I am not filming at Christmas time or Christmas products out in the store yet, so I will tell you there will be another video of this, of us using all sorts of things I can get my hands on when Christmas comes out. Okay, we're going to set those to the side. Now, I cut my tape pretty long to give plenty of room to put it. I'm going to put it about right there. I'm going to run some tape. Even though I know that's not going to cover it all, run her down. And just go ahead and stick that. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick this. Yes, I'll show a little. I'm going to go to all the way to the edge because we don't want to cover that seam up. Down with it. So it is completely secure, supposed to be secure that way. Hopefully it does not pop. Some people will use regular tape. I did not bring it with me. I keep saying I'm going to add it into my craft kit. Well, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to put this right on the edge. Like so. And now that side is done. Now I have this ribbon long enough. Now I'm flipping upside down. So I need to remember to glue upside down to eyeball about where I want to run the other tape. So I made these long on purpose so I can cut them down to the length I need. Because now I'm going to flip it upside correctly before I put this on, or I'm going to put it on upside down. Know what I mean? Because anyway, I made these long on purpose. I knew I did not need that length I just made, but I didn't know what exact length I was going to need. So until I did, I wanted to make sure I'll use these on other things. I can tell you that now. And I'm not going to worry about that because there's so many things I can use extra length on. But now that we have those in, these are literally designed to make a bow. But we have so much more to do, and I'm not the greatest bow tire. So first off, let's flip over to a couple of your tags. You have two sets of tags that are connected. Those are simple. We're going to fold them in half. And I'm doing this now so they have some time to dry before we hole punch them. I'm not even using my tape runner. I'm just going to grab my glue stick. And we're going to run it all over it. And then we're not going to stick it to myself. We're going to close it. Then I'm going to take my bone folder and just press it down. I want to do these so they have some time to sit real quick while we do some more decorating. Well, simple decorating. We're adding pockets and stuff today. There'll be another video when I actually do the blinged out version. But today is to show you how you can make things early in the season and then go back, or early in the year, season, year, we can go with both, and then go back and add to it. So say you know you need to have, say you're making things for an office of 25 people. You can work on your cards early, then go add more decor to it later if you want to. That is just something I'm trying to show y'all ways of doing things. So we have all sorts of pockets here. We have inside pockets, outside pockets, folder pockets, you name it. We're probably not going to use all of these, I can tell you that now, because I'm not too many spots to put. So we have a couple choices to do on the back here. We're going to focus on this. This one could easily go across the back. But what I am feeling, let me find them. They're the only ones that go opposite directions. Or you could do something like this, where one of these go on the back, or so forth. But I'm just showing you some options for the back because we'll come back to it after we decorate the inside. So I know what I actually want to use on the back and the end. if you did not use this middle, you can easily take something like this and put it there in the middle as well. But I did, and I'm not covering it up. So I think I'm going to use the Christmas tree, but which one? Because we have two here. This one. I don't know why, but that one speaks to me more. And then on here, I'm putting the jingle bells. Now we may have to trim a little if they're a little long after we glue. I'm wondering if the jingle bells were also designed to go on the back. You know what? I may do that. I may put the jingle bells on the back. And put the angels right there, with the Christmas trees right there. Or maybe put, no, I know where I'm putting the angels, okay. This Christmas tree is going right there no matter what. Let's grab some liquid glue and get it put there. Come on. So on the, when you're making pockets, you're only gonna do the side, or sides, and the bottom. You want to leave everything else open so you can put your stuff in. Okay, there you go. And just put that right down, like so. And we have our first pocket in. Okay, I'm putting my pin back in my glue while we work on the next spot. So we have insides to do, outsides to do still. Like I said, we may not use everything, and that is okay. I think I'm going to put that right there. And I think I may double. Let's see, is that? And do a double pocket where we had the birds on top, and then a little bit higher you can see a little bit poking out where it would be something like that where it's a double pocket. And I could even bring that up higher and then put the birds down lower, or it's even more of a double pocket. And actually it won't be as deep of a pocket, but doing something like that where it's a little more shallower, but you have two pockets that way. And I kind of like that idea. And I think I want it on the inside of here. That's where I'm going to put the angel. So as you can see, I have pieces left over that I can now use on the back if I want to, or I can just let them go. But I will tell you now, I know I'm going to use them on the back. So for this one here that we're putting right here, we are going to do the side, both sides and the bottom. Flip that down where it will sit. Press down. Okay, we're going to work up here first. So I'm going to go to right about there. So it covers up nearly that star above it. Okay. So I'm kind of covering up that piece there is what I was looking at for what I need to glue. Let's try getting some better glue out here. I need to run my pen in for a second. Sometimes the glue just does not want to cooperate and I have to clean it out because I've set it to the side and I did not put the pen in. And then all at once you're able to get the glue out again. I normally do not have issues, and today it's making issues. Okay. Here we're going to put that down, about right there. While that sits for a second before I put the other one on top, I am actually going to pause while I work on cleaning out my glue. Alright, let's hope I got this cleared out. And let's get this next pocket put in. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. For all of 3 seconds. I may have to go get another tip and switch this one out. Okay. I'll be back again in a minute. Okay, I'm back and I'm still with the same tip I had it before. When I took it off to clean it better, when I ran the needle through again, there was just one big air bubble pop. So we're gonna just pray this works. And it's already not working, but we're gonna make through this video. If I can even get the needle in. I'm sure y'all are enjoying not this part of me having all these technical issues today. Hopefully that will fix it. Okay. I'm not even going to pick this up. I'm just going to leave it down. Okay, there we go. I just need to get a little bit more here. Come on. Okay, I'm hoping that's enough glue because I just have 3 more pieces, after this one 2 more pieces to put down and then I'll be done. So I'm just shooting to try to get this done and then I'll work this over before I do another video. Alright, we had this one down here. I'm going to carefully lift that up where those hopefully don't pop loose, but y'all can see back on the screen what we're doing. Where I'm going to glue that across there and there. And we're going to hope it cooperates this time. Of course, it's not going to. It knows I'm trying to get something done and it doesn't want to work. So, this one will go into a very hot bath here in a few minutes and soak for a while. And then I'll clean it out good. I probably pushed it too often in between the last couple cleans I've done on it, which probably was back in January. So that is probably where my issue is, don't you agree? Oh, I don't know if I'm asking if they agree, so because I'm the one working in here, let's just try to get the last little bit out here. Come on. You can do it. Narrowly. Luckily, I have a backup version I'll put this in some really hot water. And we'll get it good and cleaned out before later use, thankfully. Okay, this one down. Now, you can decide what you want to do with the back. But anyway, once these dry, I'll fold them down carefully. One down, the other one down. Then I'll tie these up. I'll add to the back, and I'll do my tags. There's some that are just paper variants I think are going to be great for different areas. I'm trying to get the pin back in this right now until I get it to the hot water. So I'm going to grab my hole punch. You're just going to line up your hole punches and clip them through, and then use the coloring you want. You can decide if you want to add this as a hole punch or just slide in. But anyway, you're going to continue hole punching, and then you're going to put them where you want. I'm going to kind of tie a bow. I'm not going to tie it tight because I'm trying to keep that glue from sticking. Anyway, you're going to loop through. That gives you an idea of a bow. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. Sorry for all the issues with the glue. I hope y'all come back for more videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everybody.